your spurs.
The channel for westerns and more. Western movies. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Leone's characters meet actors. Imagine Sergio Leone, an Italian kid who grew up on American myths, sitting alone, deciding who these three men should be. Not names on paper, but faces. Real faces. He didn't cast actors, he hunted legends down. And when he locked eyes with them, the movie started breathing. Sergio Leone created the characters for The Good, the Bad and the Ugly, not from a polished script outline, but from deep personal obsession with the American Western myth, filtered through his Italian childhood, where he watched John Ford and Howard Hawks films on grainy prints in smoky theatres. By 1964, after the success of A Fistful of Dollars, and for a few dollars more, he wanted a larger canvas, a story that wasn't about heroes or villains, but about human nature, stripped bare in the desert. He envisaged three archetypes, three faces that would carry an entire epic without much dialogue. The film would be visual poetry, and the characters had to be faces first, personalities second.
My films are basically silent films.
Blondie, the good, emerged as the calculating opportunist. Leone described him in early notes as a man who had no past and no future, only the present moment when he pulls the trigger. He needed someone who could convey intelligence through silence, menace through economy of movement, and a dry, ironic detachment. Leone wanted a face that looked half asleep, but saw everything. Clint Eastwood fit because he already had the quality on display in Rawhide, the TV series where he played Rowdy Yates. Eastwood was 35, underpaid, and tired of playing the clean-cut sidekick. Leone had seen clips of him squinting into the sun, chewing a toothpick, moving slow. He contacted Eastwood through his agent in late 1964. There was no formal audition. Leone sent a telegram. Come to Spain. You'll be the man with no name again. Eastwood, needing the money and intrigued by the director's reputation, agreed. Leone gave him the poncho, the cigar, and the hat tilted just so. The look was complete before a single line was spoken. Eastwood's natural, laconic style, few words, deliberate gestures, became the character's soul.
Last night, you see, in this world, there's two kinds of people, my friend. Those with loaded guns, and those who dig. You dig. Where? There's no name here either. You see, that's what Bill Carson told me. It was the grave marked Unknown, right beside Arch Stanton. Huh? Go ahead.
Tuco, the bad, was the opposite. Loud, filthy, volatile, a survivor who laughs in the face of death. Leone drew inspiration from the street hustlers and petty criminals he'd seen in Rome and Naples, men who'd curse you out, then buy you a drink. He wanted a character who was both pathetic and dangerous, a human cockroach. Eli Wallach, a respected New York stage actor, had appeared in films like The Magnificent Seven and How the West Was Won, but he was typecast as comic relief or ethnic sidekicks. At 49, he was not a leading man. Leone saw him in The Misfits and loved the manic energy. He invited Wallach to Rome in early 1965. Wallach read a few pages aloud in a small office. When he hit the line, "When you have to shoot, shoot, don't talk," he spat the words with such venom that Leone slapped the table and said, "That's him." Wallach had never done a spaghetti western. Leone taught him Italian curses, made him practice Spanish profanity, and kept changing dialogue on set to keep him off balance. The gold tooth, the wild hair, the desperate laugh, all came from Wallach's willingness to go ugly. Leone later said, "Eli didn't act Tuco, he became him." I'd love it if you subscribe. Angel Eyes, the ugly, was the coldest. Leone wanted pure evil without theatrics. No snarling, no monologues, just a man who kills because it's his job. The character was inspired by the silent, implacable villains in classic westerns, but Leone made him more clinical. Lee Van Cleef, 41, had been a reliable B-movie heavy since the 1950s. Roles in High Noon, Gunfight at the OK Corral, and dozens of TV episodes. By the mid-60s, he was doing guest spots on Bonanza and Gunsmoke. Typecast as the villain who dies in Act 3. He was not famous, not rich, but he had the face. Sharp cheekbones, piercing eyes, a voice like gravel. Leone contacted him directly in 1965. Van Cleef flew to Rome, sat across Leone in a cafe, and stared. No lines. Leone said, "You don't need to talk. Just look at me like you're deciding how to kill me." Van Cleef did. Leone hired him on the spot. The moustache, thick, waxed, and grown specifically for the role. Leone told him, "Think of money, think of debt. That's your motivation." Van Cleef's stillness, his lack of wasted movement, turned Angel Eyes into a walking tombstone.
Two can dig a lot quicker than one. Dig. You're not digging? If you shoot me, you won't see a cent of that money. Why?
Leone's genius was in seeing potential where Hollywood saw limitations. None of these three were A-list stars. Eastwood was a TV actor. Wallach was a character player. Van Cleef was a has-been. But Leone didn't want polish. He wanted cracks, wear, authenticity. He cast for texture. Eastwood's sleepy menace, Wallach's frantic energy, Van Cleef's icy calm. He directed them minimally. Told Eastwood less. Told Wallach more. Told Van Cleef nothing. The desert, the wind, the score by Ennio Morricone did the rest. The result? 3 men who weren't actors anymore. They were icons. Leone turned B-grade faces into eternal myths, not by changing them, but by letting them be exactly what they already were. Only bigger, dirtier, and framed against a merciless sky. That was the real magic. He didn't invent characters, he recognized them.
The Italian commedia dell'arte.
Il genere alla commedia dell'arte italiana.
The channel for westerns and more. If you enjoyed this video, hit notification to get my new videos. Check out my channel and Facebook page. The links are in the description below. Please comment, like, share and subscribe. I appreciate it. I am Wrangler. Bye for now. See you again soon.